Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very special episode. There's no episode number, there's no news. It's just your co host, Barry, of the High Sensitivity Gaming Podcast, along with my two other co hosts.
My name's Craig, and I can't clap at the correct time. You guys probably didn't see that because you're watching, but I can't clap at the right time.
This is episode 3, Barry. My name is also Craig, but this would be episode 3, right? Is this our third one or
This
fourth
is our
one?
third one.
Third.
Wow.
So episode 3. That's what I'm going with.
Let's go.
Though, is it 3 or 4? I guess I
2020, 2021, 20. No, this is our fourth.
This is our fourth. Yeah, I was going to say
fourth
because
year.
it was just Fire Escapes.
Yeah.
Third one that they did,
Yep.
and I know we
Yeah, we're
started
older than
before
them.
Yeah, we're older in podcast ages. We're
Yes.
older.
Yes. Fourth. This is episode 4 then. Scratch that,
There we go.
reverse it. Episode 4.
This is going to be the High Sensitivity Podcast Game Awards. We're not talking games of the year, movies of the year, TV shows of the year. This is just games we want to give awards to. Whether they're good or bad, you guys are about to find out.
Unlike Jeff Keighley.
Oh, we have a bunch of trailers we're playing during this, guys. Buckle in.
World premieres. We got them all.
Yeah, it's just Starfield over and over again. I'm just going to be announcing Starfield. Random clips of Starfield over and over again.
Starfield New Game Plus.
Starfield's 22nd New Game Plus. But speaking of Starfield, let's talk about trash.
Trash.
And our first award this year is going to be going to Trash Heap of the Year. There's no better way to start it, if you ask me.
Trash Heap of the Year, baby.
I smell something bad.
So,
It's trash.
and I guess, we didn't talk about this before we started recording. Do we just want to take turns reading? Is that what we want to do?
Why don't we all just go down and take the entire category? So Barry, you just list them all off, and then Craig, you get the next one. I'll get the one after that.
All
and we'll
right.
just cycle that way.
I'm okay with that.
Give them to me, Barry. Give me the trash heaps. I want them all.
Let's go.
Broadcasting voice. This year's nominees for Trash Heap of the Year: Golem, Evernight, The Day Before, Forspoken, Redfall, Sky Island, Skull Island, Rise of Kong. Already butchered it. Starfield, Wanted Dead, AEW Fight Forever, The Walking Dead Destinies, Modern Warfare 3, Quantum Error, and The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
That's good.
Look at all that trash.
That's a
Ugh.
lot of trash. All right, so I think we know what the big hitters are, but what can we eliminate? We're at 13. Let's get it down to 10. Give me 3.
I'm saying Starfield was very disappointing, but I don't know if it was
not trashy.
trash. It's not trash.
I agree with that.
It's trash due to what its expectations were.
I agree. I don't think it would win this category.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay. Boom.
I would then take Modern Warfare 3 off. I know that despite
Ooh.
the campaign, I think zombies is fun. I think multiplayer is fun.
Okay. I would
I'm
have
gonna
gotten
agree.
rid of that one earlier, but that's fine.
I'm going to agree with you on that, Barry, because there's a collection of these that we're going to narrow down even more that just are bad, not only story, but graphically, execution, and all that type of stuff. And Call of Duty didn't fall in every category
Okay.
like some of these on these lists.
Give me one more. One more that we can get rid of here.
This one's tough. We knew Evernight was going to be trash, but it's not. I don't know. Is it the biggest trash? Probably is.
Is Forspoken that trash? I didn't even play it after I saw the reaction from it. Is it that bad to be on
It's
this list?
bad. I don't think it's the worst.
Yeah, I guess we could probably take Forspoken off of this just because I do agree that the narrative is very forced, cringy, and the talking between the characters is very, very bad and pale. But I think that
It's
I think
playable.
The gameplay is fun. I think the gameplay is fun.
Yeah. Okay. That gets us to 10. So now the hard part. I say we cut 5.
Okay.
So we got, what do we got? Golem, Evernight, Day Before, Redfall, Skull Island, Wanted Dead, AEW, Walking Dead, Quantum Error, Last Case of Benedict Fox.
There's one more that stands out to me that may be
Okay.
able to get our mercy. Maybe Last Case of Benedict Fox. It was bad, but the main
Sure.
complaint regarding it, especially for somebody like me who played it, is it just didn't make sense and trying to figure out how to progress the game, and it led to a lot of frustrations. It actually didn't look that bad, and the gameplay was all right.
Okay.
I'll say all right. So
I would say that we could probably get rid of Wanted Dead. I know there's a small group who actually enjoy that game. I did not. I thought it was bad. Graphics wise, it was pretty bad. But I think it deserves the mercy when you compare it to other games on here.
Craig, do you really feel like AEW Fight
Yes.
Forever? Yeah, you really okay.
It's terrible. It's
Okay.
absolutely awful. I think we can get rid of it here. I think it definitely belongs in the top 10, but it's not good. But I'm okay with getting rid of it. Because I think when you compare it to these other ones are a lot worse. Like for me, this 7 right here, I don't know much about Evernight, so that one's up to you.
yeah, same. That's all bad.
Like, does that belong in the top 5?
No, I personally don't think so. I think we could like Evernight's a tricky thing because it is
Okay.
just about as cringy as Forspoken in a lot of ways, and the gameplay is rough, very rough.
Okay.
But compared to the downfall of what my top 3 that still are here, Evernight doesn't compare to that, but that
Okay.
also has to do with expectations. I kind of knew Evernight was just going, be me, get to the hand-holding scene and be done with it.
Okay. So we need to get rid of one more for the top 5. Gollum, Day Before, Redfall, Skull Island, Walking Dead, Quantum Error.
Here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did they improve Redfall enough by this point and make it more playable?
It was always playable.
Well, I guess make it more well received by people who were playing it. Do you think they did enough? That's because when I see Redfall, all that jumps to me is at launch how it was at launch, and like it's clouding maybe some of the other stuff that they did to just improve the multiplayer experience as a whole. But that's more of a debate that I'm trying to bring up. Like, if you guys don't feel that way, we can definitely leave it on here. But I don't know.
I think if you look at that top 6 out of all those games left, and you're like, which one of these would, if you had to choose, would you rather play? It's probably Redfall. Personally, compared to all these other garbage games. So, I mean, I'm cool with that if you are, Barry.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
All right. So Redfall doesn't end up in the top 5, and a shocker.
Now it gets really hard here. These games are bad.
Day Before, Skull Island, Walking Dead, Quantum Error. Can we get rid of 2?
All right. Here's my thing.
Yes.
I'm just trying to think about, like, it's hard to take the Day Before off, but you can't even buy it anymore.
That's why I think it's what they promised, what that game actually was, and the fact that less than a week later they said they were bankrupt and you can't buy it anymore. To me, that's like scheme to steal your money, right?
Yeah.
So that's really bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, if scam of the year, it would be Day Before, sure. Quantum Error, like
Quantum Error is bad, but this is tough because I think Quantum Error is really bad.
By the way, before I forget, but guys, maybe a category for next year: overpromised and underdelivered.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Starfield, that's the winner. Ding, ding, ding. We don't have to debate that one.
Starfield.
The scam of the year made me think of it because
it could also be Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with taking Quantum Error off here. It's definitely a top 5. It's playable. It's not fun. It was made by a couple people, so maybe they get a little bit of a pass. Maybe. So I'm okay with that. Taking it out.
And now, who's played Walking Dead Destinies? Is that
I have.
Okay. I've seen gameplay, but I haven't played.
It's terrible.
Okay, so we're at 3 here.
I'll tell you what my top 3 are, and we'll see if we agree. I think Day Before stays.
Mm-hmm.
I think Skull Island stays. But if it's me, I think I'm keeping Walking Dead and getting rid of Gollum. Having played
Wow.
everything but Day Before, Gollum is bad, but it's not as bad as these other games.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Let's
that.
do it.
Gollum's gone. Okay, here we go. The Day Before, Skull Island, Walking Dead. Got to get rid of one.
It's hard. Like it's hard for me not to go one Day Before to Skull Island: Rise of Kong, and then just to get rid of the Walking Dead. There, I did not play Skull Island. I don't know if there's anything redeemable to that game.
Have you seen the JPEG in the cutscene? Have you seen that? That's
pretty
hilarious.
non-redeemable.
Yeah.
That's pretty non-redeemable.
That's tough because, I mean, I'd be okay with that. Day Before 1, Skull Island 2 as runner-up. Walking Dead squeaks by, maybe.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair because like the whole grand scale, like as you guys mentioned earlier about what happened with the Day Before, with what was promised and exactly how the events that unfolded literally made it feel like just a giant scam and scam of the year. Like, I don't know.
But it was a playable game.
But it was a playable game.
It was an extraction shooter that wasn't terrible to play, from what I've heard. But it's just not what was promised. So are we knocking it because of what they promised or because it's a bad game?
That's a good question.
I think we knock it because it's a bad game.
But I don't think it's a terrible game. I watched a couple people stream it, and I was like, it's not a game I would play, but it doesn't seem awful. But it's not this big MMO open world zombie apocalypse that they promised. And then just to say we don't have any money less than a week later is pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, when I initially looked at this list, Skull Island popped as number 1 for me, like instinctively, if that helps us move in any direction.
Okay. I mean, if you guys want to get rid of Walking Dead and we just decide between those two, that's fine.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
All right. So which one's number 1?
I almost want to take Skull Island and put it number 1. I want to say that should be the winner.
JPEG Island.
You want to do Skull Island as the winner?
If you want to call it the winner.
All right, that's fair.
Whoever wins this award.
All right. Skull Island wins then? Are we all cool with that?
Oh,
Day Before is the runner-up?
Yeah.
All right. Skull Island wins worst game of the year.
Congratulations to that team. Kong deserved better.
Yep.
We do not have any videos of them accepting or have any comments for this award.
Yep.
There we go. All right, next category. Next category is our holy poop moment.
Oh, you can totally say it. Give it to us.
I'll put the explicit tag. Just say it.
All right, that's our holy shit moment. Let's go. We're adults.
We're all adults here. It's fine.
This category is quite lengthy, so bear with me here. But at number 1, we have Limit Break from Final Fantasy 16, Ultima Battle from Final Fantasy 16, and the Bahamut fight specifically from Final Fantasy 16. We have the Ganon battle from Tears of the Kingdom, the Light Dragon identity revealed for those who got that far in Tears of the Kingdom.
That is.
We have Venom Wings from Spider-Man 2, Lost Grandpa, touching moment, from Spider-Man 2. We have Scream from Spider-Man 2, The Third Trial from Hogwarts Legacy, black and white.
Yep.
The Regenerator Collection moment event, whatever you want to call it, from Resident Evil 4. Gore System from Dead Island 2. Boardwalk Fight from Dead Island 2.
Yep.
The black and white section from what's HOA? Why am I blanking on that? Hoa.
Barry
Hoa,
knows that
that's
section.
Right. That's right, Hoa.
Yep.
Fleshmancer's Palace from Sea of Stars. Walker of Illusions from Liza P. Oh, I hate the Walker of Illusions. Musical performance from Alan Wake 2. Cynthia, and this whole Cynthia moment from Alan Wake 2. And then the giant drill mech fight specifically from Jedi Survivor.
So do we want to get rid of 3 to take it down to 15 to start? I think that's fair, right? Fight. Yeah, this one's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, I feel like this one's gonna be difficult.
Yep.
Should we try to like narrow down some of the games that have 3?
Yes, I think that's fair.
Like we could start with like Final Fantasy 16 at the top, Limit Break, Ultima Battle, or Bahamut Fight.
I really wanted to put all the boss battles in here.
Yeah,
but I think if this is just my opinion, the way we all discussed this game amongst ourselves while we were playing, every boss battle got better. Yeah. So should we stick with the last one, which is the Ultima battle?
That was a pretty freaking good battle, man.
It was.
Look, and very few games get me out of my seat to like celebrate in victory like that fight did. Also because I ended it in a cool way, but I want to say we should do that.
Okay.
We can eliminate those and keep Ultima Battle, but that is still nothing against,
No.
Oh my god, everyone was. Oh my gosh,
that's crazy. It was just a constant stream of text between us, been like, that boss battle is incredible. Oh wait, the next one's even better. Just got insane.
I had a hard time letting the Titan fight go. I thought that was amazing. And then I remember talking to you guys, and we were like, "Yeah, but the Bahamut fight was better." It was like after some reasoning, But
we have 3 for Spider-Man.
Yes.
What are you referring to with the Venom wings?
What else is there to say?
Because he has wings.
He sprouts them. I think for the most part, I am A-okay, and if I'm trying to pick between the 3 moments, I understand more of the significance for keeping Scream on there.
Yeah, I mean, I put that in there because that was just like, oh my god, they put her in the game. But I'm also looking at it as like, is that a cooler moment than Venom sprouting wings and flying away, or is it a cooler moment than that grandpa side mission?
Well, what was funny is like that grandpa side mission was is that like a holy shit moment or like a?
I think it was for me when I did it. So I was like, really?
My feels.
Yeah, I mean, it can be that.
It did hit the feels.
It caught you off guard.
I feel like it's either Scream or Lost Grandpa. Like,
okay.
Venom apparently having wings is apparently something known in the comics that I did not know. So that's where it was something different to me. And when Scream showed up, it was more or less like, oh wait, what's going on with Mary Jane? Wait, who's this? And it was kind of like a big surprise. And my more comic nerdy friends showed explained to me the significance of Scream being in it. So that's why
do we want to stick with Scream?
I'm okay sticking with Scream. Or
do you want to keep? Okay, I mean, I'm cool with letting Grandpa go. I just thought that was a very unexpected side quest to hit you with. But
yeah, and by putting it on the list, we brought awareness to that moment. Okay. Everybody who did play Spider-Man does know that moment because mostly everybody did the side missions because there weren't a crap ton of them.
Okay, so I mean that gets us down to 14, which is good. So we look to get 4 more out of here, and we only were focused on the ones that had multiple. Do you want to look at the Tears of the Kingdom stuff?
There's only 1 Tears of the Kingdom.
No, there's 2.
There's 2.
Is there?
We got the Ganon battle and the Light Dragon identity reveal, which I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Should we spoil that just to make it?
It's fine.
I mean, it's been months.
A long time.
So I'm okay with getting rid of Ganon battle just right off the.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Split. All right. So we can get rid of that one, and we'll keep the other one for now.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it later. Yep. Dead Island 2 stuff, the boardwalk fight or the gore system.
That's you guys. I don't know.
I liked how the boardwalk fight was executed. I think it was very scary. The gore system deserves to be on the list as well. If I'm choosing two, and it's not because I put Boardwalk Fight on there, but I think out of the two, the Boardwalk Fight is more of a holy shit moment.
I agree with that. I think the gore system to me was just like, I mean, we've seen that before in other games where like you hit them here and this comes off, but I don't think we've seen it to that extent where it's like, no, we literally hit them on your forearm, their forearm's gone. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the Boardwalk Fight would be a better holy shit moment because that whole section had me on edge because you knew it was a clown.
Yeah.
And you knew it was lurking around this boardwalk and you knew you were going to have to fight it. You were just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
So
it had its own cutscene and everything. Like, you know, it was very creepy.
Let me ask you guys this because we're at 12.
Yeah.
Do we want to keep both Alan Wake things or not? For now.
I think we get rid of one of them.
That's so hard for me. I need your help, guys.
I honestly think, in my opinion, between those two, I think the more holy shit moment is the musical.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because you're literally going, that thing starts and you're like, what is happening? And then it starts singing and you're like, no way.
Yeah.
no way they're doing this. And they do, and it works. So I would agree. Cynthia, that whole section with her in the water,
it was a terrifying part of the game.
It was this year's Baby from Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, oh. But there may even be other sections in that game that are scarier. Maybe. Okay.
The entire game's scary.
So get rid of one more for me. If you have questions, send them out there and we can defend them.
Yeah, I guess I guess my main three that are in question here, and I'm okay with keeping a top 10 of the holy shit moment. I don't think we have to necessarily continue to do this part, but like the three that I need a little bit more explanation about are Fleshmancer's Palace, Walker of Illusions, and Giant Drill Mech Fight. I guess I didn't get that far.
I wanted to chime in on Walkers of Illusions because Walkers of Illusions does have a holy shit moment, but then it's gone in a second. The Giant Drill Mech Fight, that was the fight in Jedi Survivor where you were traveling. You were essentially just circulating this huge giant drill throughout the entire level. And then eventually, when you get to a part, it triggers the cutscene. And that whole fight was insane.
It was insane.
Yeah. And he should have died 17 times in that fight.
It's a lot of platforming.
Yeah.
That you're doing.
It fluently runs. And it fluently runs so that you're in the action the whole time, you know. So
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think Walker of Illusions could probably go. I just think it was like, it's definitely a holy shit moment when you're climbing up the ladder and then you're like, what the hell is standing there? And then as you get closer to it, you're like, oh, this is a boss. Mm-hmm. It's you know what I mean? Like, it's a legit boss. But yeah, once you do it once, you're like, okay. But it just caught me off guard when I was playing it.
No, because I remember you texted me the group.
Yep.
And it is a weird one because, you know, you have an idea of how to figure out bosses in Lies of P. They point you, like they clearly show you when you're getting to one, but that one was like just out of nowhere. Even mini bosses were like that too.
Yeah. Okay. Top 10 then. So you want to keep the top 10 and then just pick a winner and a runner up? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give a rundown for the audio listeners then, I guess, huh?
Okay.
Ultimate Battle, Final Fantasy 16, Light Dragon Identity Revealed, Tears of the Kingdom, which you still haven't explained, Scream, Spider-Man 2, The Third Trial in Hogwarts Legacy, The Regenerator, Resident Evil 4, Boardwalk Fight, Dead Island, Black and White Section, Hoa, Fleshmancer's Palace, Sea of Stars, Musical Performance, Alan Wake 2, and The Giant Drill Mech Fight.
Do you want me to explain the Dragon Barrier, or do you want to explain it?
Give it to me, because I don't know what it is.
I can explain it.
Okay.
So Breath of the Wild, there was 3 dragons consistently floating around the level. The entire map. You needed them specifically for items that you can get, horns, stuff like that, to craft some of the most powerful things you can in the game. In Tears of the Kingdom, there's a 4th dragon that's flying around. It does an entire loop of the map. And like for people like me, there's probably smarter gamers. You were wondering, like, just about it. At a section of the story, after they piece things together, you realize that that dragon is none other than Zelda, who sacrificed herself earlier in the game. And you find out through I would say a pretty touching cutscene, that that's Zelda the whole time. Like like this is, depending on your play style, this is 30 hours into 80 hours in when you find this out. But it's pretty big holy shit reveal, especially for a Nintendo game.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the most part, just to add on to it, a part of me, and it does. I almost feel like this, like for me, this is going to be runner up. Like it's already based on my mind, because the only thing that stops it from being a winner is just because the this moment here, I actually thought that Nintendo was going to do something that they never done before and kill Zelda, and I would have given it so much more props had they actually done that. Because in my head, I'm thinking, like, all right, Zelda sacrificed herself. This is it. Like, she's no longer Zelda. You're not going to get to see her anymore. Um, in the end of the game, the very end, they end up finding a way to restore her back to human form. And now it gets me. Now it gets me thinking about the ending again, where you're diving after her, and it's like one of the most like exhilarating something moments there.
Yeah.
Where you're diving after her for it. I just thought the. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I just thought the moment was really well executed.
It was.
They really do make you believe that there may be no way of changing back Zelda, but at the end of the game, they just kind of snap their fingers and tell you, yeah, here's the power of Rauru and what's her name, and restores her back to human.
What's the Fleshmancer's Palace like?
So I think for me, why I put this on there, not just because this game deserves some sort of credit, even though the ending's not great. Fleshmancer's Palace is just kind of you're going through the normal, like, typical RPG. We're going here, we're going to fight this boss. You get to the Fleshmancer's Palace, and when you wake up, it looks like you're back in like the normal towns that you've been in, and you're walking around and you're talking to people, but they're saying things that are slightly off than what they would normally say. And as you talk to the people and they start saying things that you're like, that's not right, it'll switch whatever like room you're in, and it'll become this like bloody, like fleshy, disgusting area, and you're actually talking to like the monsters that you've been fighting. And it's just like the Fleshmancer, who is the boss of that area, is messing with your head the entire time. So you'll go from one and you'll be like, oh, this is the hotel, like the inn that I'm used to, but they're saying weird things. So you do that one, then you go to the next one, you're like, oh, you're at the pond that you fish in, but the people are being very weird. They just keep like, he's messing with you the whole time. I don't think it wins, but I just thought it was something cool and different to kind of like mess with you. Why don't like give us all of us do our top 3 and we'll see if anything matches. I feel that's probably the easiest way. What do you got?
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if we need some time, like I guess I could probably go first here. For me, and this is no particular order.
Sure.
It would be the Ultima Battle, Light Dragon Identity Revealed, and this one is up for grabs for me. I'm gonna say Third Trial Hogwarts Legacy.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Ultima Battle musical performance, Light Dragon Reveal. Nintendo doesn't do that. They don't do things like that.
And I would probably go, if I'm going down the list, Third Trial, musical performance. Man, I like the Regenerator, but we've seen it before if you've played the original or the 10,000. Third Trial, musical performance, probably Ultima Battle.
Okay. So we've at least decided that Ultima Battle is probably either in the winner or runner-up.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Craig and I both had musical performance. Barry, you and I both had Third Trial.
Yeah.
And
And
then
did
Barry
we
and I,
all have Ultimate Battle or not?
yeah,
Yeah.
we all
Okay.
had Ultima Battle and the
Okay.
two things that you said, Craig, but then Barry and I both had the Light Dragon reveal.
Okay.
So
And then me and
does,
you had the Third Trial, so we're stuck in an endless loop.
All right, so Ultimate Battle then would probably be top, right? Is that fair? And then we can fight over the runner-up.
Yeah.
let's do that.
Okay. So Ultimate Battle, and then it's either the musical performance, the Third Trial, or the Light Dragon.
I am personally okay. Like, here's gonna be the thing. I'm okay with taking the Third Trial off on my end. It's a very classic and like new way of retelling like the three story that in Harry Potter we really have never gotten to experience before.
Super cool.
So I thought it was one of the coolest moments I definitely seen. But and this is definitely going to be recency bias. But the musical performance and Light Dragon are it's between those two for sure. I just don't know how you guys feel about it. Like, even after the musical performance was kind of spoiled by the Game Awards for me, that didn't escape the fun. I had a lot of fun with that. Like, you finally get an explosive gun, and you know the bang kind of goes with the music that you get with the flare gun. But you're absolutely right. Like the Light Dragon too.
I obviously, because I haven't gotten to that part in Tears of the Kingdom, I would lean more towards the music performance. But I'll ask both of you then, since you guys have both. Which one was more of a holy shit for you? Seeing the musical or realizing it was Zelda?
So
Zelda.
Okay. Zelda. Okay. So
it's different for me because I got that spoiled for me.
Sure.
I think.
Sure.
Where I think in the end, I probably would have been like, wait, what in God's name is going on during the musical part? Whereas, the Zelda thing did not get spoiled for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost no. So like I have this weird proposition where it's a two-parter kind of, or a 1.5-parter. I almost want to make musical the runner-up and then actually push musical in front of Ultima Battle.
So you want musical to win?
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to see anything like that happen. I don't know, 2/4 into a game. I could have just said 1/2. Like halfway through a game. That was like the 4th chapter. And you had it's not like there was anything to like. It was so good they recreated it at the award ceremony for nerds. Is what they did. That's how good that was. So
or hear me out, guys. Hear me out, because this is Craig has awakened something in me that's going to just break the entire mold here. We all love the Ultima Battle, but we also know that Final Fantasy 16, like Final Fantasy, is like good epic battles all of the time. Did they nail it?
Yeah.
Yes. Whereas like now I'm starting to think, the musical performance like deserves to be on there, but then what if we just take Ultima Battle out of it and just make musical performance and Zelda reveal?
I'd be okay with that if you guys want to do that.
Because if we're going with like, holy shit, yes, the scale of the Ultima Battle is there, but Final Fantasy has done epic battles before.
I'm okay with that. I'm fine.
True. I don't think they've done it on this scale before as far as boss battles, but I understand. If you want to do that, that's fine. Like, to me, when I look at it, I'm like, I definitely said holy shit during numerous Final Fantasy battles.
Yeah.
I definitely said holy shit during the musical performance as well, though.
No, and I do agree with Craig where musical performance, I agree with that winning.
Yeah.
Okay. Like my wife said holy shit during that, and she was playing freaking Power Wash. I think I said that last week. She was playing Power Wash while I play Alan Wake 2, and she was like, "What is going on?"
Yep. Okay. I mean, if you guys want to do that, we can do musical performance wins. Light Dragon is runner up with Ultimate Battle.
Because now it's either like Light Dragon or Ultimate Battle, which I guess it's kind of up to.
That could be another debate. It- how long do we want to be here? Is the question. Because
I
like
mean,
this,
I'm willing to concede the Light Dragon because it sounds cool.
yeah,
I just didn't play it, but the idea sounds cool. You're like, oh my god, that's Zelda.
the whole time. It's
The whole
insane.
time. Well, then just do Zelda.
I was like,
gonna
the whole-
say,
I
like,
said
Craig,
the whole time.
the passion in Craig's voice there kind of, just allows me to do that, or
Sure.
say like that's what we should do.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, the ultimate battles are great, but this
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 will get its fair share.
It will.
I think.
It will. Okay. Musical performance, Alan Wake 2 wins. Light Dragon identity revealed. Tears of the Kingdom runner up. Next award, we're going right into it. The Who Made These Costumes award. This is a shorter section, so it shouldn't take us too long.
Yeah,
We
let's
have-
serious. Loosen it out here a little
Yep.
bit.
Yep. Here we go. Number 1, we got the Miles Morales Adidas suit from Spider-Man 2. Number 2, we got the Mr. Hop skin from Modern Warfare 3. Number 3, Elephant Mario from Super Mario Wonder. Number 4, Marissa from Street Fighter 6.
For me, Elephant Mario is not as upsetting to
Okay.
the eye as Miles Morales Adidas. If I'm looking
I
at just
actually
one or the
don't
other.
mind that suit.
It grew on me. I will
Okay.
say that. I just know it got flamed online. Like there's
It
a lot
did.
of people that hate it.
I did.
And it was a marketing ploy, which
It was.
and maybe it's not so much a attack on the costume as it's an attack on why did Sony and Adidas and Insomniac go, yeah, let's do this sort of deal there.
True.
I'm for me, I'm absolutely on board. Like Mr. Hop's skin is either 1 or 2. I
Yeah, it's
hate
bad.
that thing with a living.
It's bad. Have you seen Marissa in Street Fighter 6?
No, I've
Look
should
that
I
up.
look this up. All
Look
right.
that up. Tell me what you think.
Okay, let's see here. It should just.
I'll
take a
wait for
brief
your
look.
reactions, and that'll tell me if it's 1 or 2. Barry's reaction says 1. Craig's reaction also says 1.
All right. All right. Miles Morales 3.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Should we
Miles
just say-
Morales gets
Just say-
saved. Yeah. Okay, so is Marissa number 1 and Mr. Hops is number 2.
I think yes.
Okay. I don't
That's
know what
right.
that design was, but yes, not great. So Marissa from Street Fighter 6 wins.
Yeah. Yep.
Marissa from Street Fighter 6.
I knew that one wasn't
With
going to
the
take
Mortal
long.
Kombat voice.
I knew all I had to do was say, look up Marissa, and we would be done. All right.
All right. We then head to our next award for worst character.
Is that Donald Trump?
Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu returns. Frey Holland from Forspoken.
Mm-hmm.
P3 from Atomic Heart. Geppetto from Lies of P. Not to be confused with my own lies. And Malo, Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
I
Also
really
a shorter
hate.
one.
I really
I
hate.
didn't know I
that
had that in me.
Pikachu.
You hate Detective Pikachu?
I hate the game a
Okay.
lot. I'm sorry, and it's making me want to select Detective Pikachu from that.
All right, well get rid
So
of
mad.
2. Get rid of 2 for me. I think the bottom 2 for me are. I think the ones that don't belong in here are Geppetto and Frey. I know everybody hated Frey, but I didn't. I don't know. Geppetto for sure. I think
Yeah, I'm okay with taking
Geppetto.
Geppetto off.
Yeah, take
he's
Geppetto
just not
off.
a great person.
He's not. I'm okay with taking Frey off as well.
What do you think, Barry? I know that was the whole point of people hating this game, though.
Yeah, that's the issue I have. It's more or less the way that like Frey talks to everybody else in this
Yeah.
world. Like she is rude.
She's an
And
asshole.
yeah, and it's like I don't know for
Yeah.
me, and I have to ask why are you against like Detective Pikachu so much? Like
Yeah,
Me?
why? What you got?
he's just a Pikachu that talks. He doesn't say anything outlandish.
Oh
or
no, I'm not
he's
against
rude to
necessarily
Peter.
Detective Pikachu. I hate the game so much that I wanted to
Oh.
select Detective Pikachu.
So is Detective Pikachu safe then? Do we take him off the list?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate the game.
Alright.
I hate the game. I would never say hate in Pikachu, meaning Pikachu as a character in the same sentence.
So I know
I-
about P3. What is
Yeah.
it about Mallow that?
Malo just sucks. He's annoying. Here's the thing. Here's my thought. I really hated Malo the whole time I was playing. He's a cloud, but he
Yep.
thinks he's a fish because he's an idiot. And the whole like this big reveal where like his dad is like, "You're not a fish," and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "You're an idiot." But I think if I look at it, Frey, that game got flamed because of Frey, right?
Yep.
And Atomic Heart, one of the major drawbacks to that game was the main character is annoying. So I think Frey and P3 have to be the top two.
Yeah, it just sounds
Personally.
like Mallow was a terribly written character.
Yeah, but it's a terribly written character from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we really fault him for the 90s?
Yeah, I think people actually like Mallow. I just hate him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so at least there. I am all for. I'm sorry, but Frey's got to be number one.
Okay.
That's at least
I can live with that.
Okay.
P3 was not great either, though.
Yeah.
He was annoying. That game was okay. He was just annoying. Frey wins. P3's runner up. That was easy.
Making dips. I thought after the first two, it was 30 minutes. So I was like, oh boy, we're gonna be in it, but we're flying.
Some of these I think we're really gonna fly through.
We're gonna fly through some of these. All right, so we got best character. Peter Parker from Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales from Spider-Man 2, Lilith from Diablo 4, love her.
Yep.
Clive, Final Fantasy 16, Saga Anderson from Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake from Alan Wake 2, Jack from Immortals of Avium, Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3, and Karlach from Baldur's Gate 3. Now, when I read those last two, I realize that did I play the most Baldur's Gate out of all of us?
I didn't play any.
Or get the farthest. I wrote those in hastily like a couple of days ago. And now that I'm looking at the list again, those characters are fantastic characters. And there's a lot of fangirling over those characters.
Mm-hmm.
But I am okay to make this easy for us if we omit them just out the gate. I mean, I like those characters. Just like those are my two favorite characters from Baldur's Gate 3. Partly because of gameplay and partly because of who they are as characters. You really get attached to the people you play with in Baldur's Gate 3.
I think we gotta get rid of 4 to start with here.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I'm not against actually taking Astarion out. I think Karlach is a type of character we've seen before. Very lovable, kind of, it's a tiefling though. Like, if we have to pick one of the Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to go with Astarion's likability comeback is probably greater than Karlach's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
that's
we
why
get
I'm
rid of Karlach.
And then if we get rid of the other double-headed dragon here, Peter Parker versus Miles, this is Peter Parker's game. He gets the spotlight.
I like Miles better.
I like Miles better.
You
Yep.
both like Miles.
Yep.
This is a complete 360. I'm the Miles fanboy, and you both picked Miles.
I like Miles better.
I like Miles a lot better. I know this is Peter's story with being, the Venom suit and all that, but I found Miles better written and more likable. Peter was written well, but I just think to me it came across as annoying. It was like emo Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3, Toby. Like emo Toby.
Just without all the cheesy.
Yeah.
Just angry all the time.
I would rather have Miles. I felt like Miles really came into his own.
He did. I felt more development with his character. I know Parker had his development as well.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He had to go through a bunch of different things, especially donning the suit, getting rid of the suit, having his friends and family help him through that.
Yep.
But there was a lot of development with Miles.
There was
as well.
I mean, we could keep them both for now. You don't gotta get rid of them.
I'm going through my head. I'm in my mind space. I'm doing the case board. I am willing to let go of Peter for Miles here. That is a trade.
I like it.
And
Part-
I'm a Miles fanboy. So
part of it,
part of a
I'm not
trade
gonna
here.
lie. Part of the reason too is I felt a little slighted that the Game Awards nominated Peter's voice actor and not Miles. Like, at least nominate them both or something, you know. We can get rid of Jack in Immortals of Avium. I know I'm the only one who played it. I just think that game's criminally underrated.
I do believe.
He's a very good character, but he's a character we've seen before. So I'm okay with getting rid of him.
Are we ready for the Saga Alan battle, or is it going to be
I like
much
them
of a
both.
battle?
I like them both.
I do too.
Wake.
Yeah,
They both
I
have
guess
good qualities.
Yeah, they really do.
If I had to get rid of one, like Saga was the one that I was like, I don't know how I feel about adding a new character to my Alan Wake game, but the fact that I enjoyed her so much is a testament to how well she's written. But I think Alan Wake plays just as important of a role.
Do you think that there was more often times in the game that Saga overshadowed Alan Wake and how her character? Or do you think? Okay,
I don't think so.
okay.
I really like Lilith.
I like Lilith too, man.
I've heard Lilith is great, so I have
She's
no
a great
arguments
villain.
there.
She's
Great
a
villain.
fantastic villain. She's great.
Yeah. Clive, are we keeping Clive? You guys like Clive, right?
Yeah, I like how Clive was portrayed.
I'm not as high on Clive as you
I don't
guys
think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if we're talking about best character,
Mhm.
which is what we're talking about, I don't think Clive is in my top 5. I just love that guy that played him. Like, I love him.
Okay, we could take Clive out. So now we've gotten to a top 5 that I think is very difficult to take off anybody off here.
Give me your top 2.
Be Saga and Miles.
Okay.
I have Miles in mine. I can't decide between Saga and Alan, and that's what's taking me a second.
I'd probably do Saga and probably Saga and Miles would be my guess. I like Lilith a lot, though.
I like Lilith too, man. I'm gonna go. I can do Saga Miles because you guys can hear how 50-50 I am on these characters, which means it only takes a little bit to take me to 51%, 49%. You know,
right.
I'm okay. They're both fantastic characters, which is why you only really needed those two to fuel the game. You know, the other side characters are fantastic. You know, Old Gods of Asgard, the brothers. I'm forgetting how to say their last name, but the brothers. There's a lot of good side characters in that, but Saga and Alan fuel that so well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with Saga and Miles, man.
I would personally probably go Saga 1, Miles 2.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
All right.
Saga Look at this ethnic win, man, Barry.
That's awesome. They're so well done, both those characters.
They are.
All right. I get the short category here. There's only 2 in it, so we just need to decide which one wins, which one's runner-up. The Warm Embrace Award, this one was made for Barry. Evernight and Baldur's Gate 3. I played neither.
I was gonna say, like, it's Baldur's Gate 3 by a mile.
All right, let's just keep it there. I didn't play Evernight.
Yeah, that the hand holding scene is very funny in a way. It's not so much embracing as it is so much the press R2 to hand hold, and it's a moment.
It's an important part in the gameplay.
And who else but me? Who else but me to announce most Barry Game of the Year?
There we go.
Bayonetta Origins.
I just want you to know I added one to this category.
Yeah. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key. Persona, butched, man, again. Fate Samurai Remnant and Persona 5 Tactica.
I just want to say I added Persona 5 Tactica, even though you didn't, because 1, it's a Persona game, and 2, it's the style of game that you enjoy the most.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
no,
why would it not
absolutely.
be a Barry game? While I play that game, I'm like, this is the most Barry game I've played this year. Persona 5 Tactical.
No, yeah, it was probably just between me doing a lot of other stuff that I forgot to add that on. Because for me, for 1 and 2, I have to give it to it's Persona 5 Tactica is the winner. The runner up is Fate Samurai Remnant because
Okay,
of
Okay.
how surprised I was by Fate Samurai Remnant. It is
fair.
something so much different. But yeah,
Your
no,
opinion's the only one that matters in this category. anyway.
Yes, it is a
exactly.
Barry game category.
Got it.
All right. All right. So next category, we have game that scared the shit out of us, in parentheses, us being Barry and myself.
Mm-hmm.
We have Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Resident Evil 4 with bear traps in parentheses, so loud, and Demonologist. Which game scared the most out of Barry and myself?
Yep, I'm staying out of this one.
Well,
I
you
know
can.
which one. I
Come
know
on, you
which
got
one I
scared a little
enjoyed
bit.
the
Yeah.
most of you getting scared in, and it's Demonologist.
Yes.
Yeah, Demonologist is pretty great.
So
Watching you be so scared is hilarious.
yeah. Resident Evil 4 is more a joke just because like the bear trap
Yeah.
usually gets you like at the worst
Sure.
times. For me, like it's Demonologist 1, Alan Wake 2.
Okay, what do you think?
I got comfortable enough with Demonologist,
Sure.
but that's because I mean, you start to kind of play and get like maybe a slight algorithm of when it's been quiet for too long, but it's still pretty scary to me. Alan Wake 2, I have never seen such placement of jump scares that are both sporadic and frequent at the same time. That's what kills me. It's like I was nervous. There was literally a time in the game where I went like this with my controller because I was like, I'm not sure if they're gonna show Cynthia or anybody when walking through a specific doorway. I'm fine with Demonologist 1, Alan Wake 2, though, because
You
the
want
hospital
Demonologist 1?
I,
Demon.
I'm actually okay with Alan Wake being number 1 because
Okay.
Okay.
I think you guys can definitely see that like in our later runs of Demonologist, I don't get as
You're more
scared.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Alan Wake's 2 is so sporadic, like, and just so you know, like Final Draft is out. You can play the New Game Plus now.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
it's just a matter of like I'm gonna go through that, and I'm probably still gonna get jump scared at the same parts I literally just played, just
Yeah.
because they're so sporadic. And
I hope you
probably
stream that.
And that's the plan. And knowing Alan Wake, also as well, they're probably gonna change it in Final Draft. So I'm gonna be, they're
Probably.
gonna scare me even more.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Let's do Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake. Well, sorry, Alan Wake 2 as the first. As the top one, and then Demonologist as the
Yeah.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that.
Definitely.
All right. Let's go to the They Can Really Act award. We have 6 in here. We got Clive Rossfield, played by Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16. Saga Anderson, played by Melanie Liebert, Alan Wake 2. Solomon Reed, played by Idris Elba in Cyberpunk 2077. Jack, no last name, played by Darren Barnett in Immortals of Avium. Alan Wake by Ilka Villi in Alan Wake 2. And Miles Morales, played by Najee Jeter in Spider-Man 2.
I want to hear your Jack argument.
He's real good.
Correct. Real good.
He's good. Here's the thing, though. Like, it's hard because when I stack it up against everybody else, I'm like, is that up there? He does such a good job with that story. But like, my problem is I look at that game and that game is really good and nobody played it. And everybody's like, oh, it's just a generic game. And like, the storyline is we've seen it a million times, right? Like, it's been there. I just think he does a good job with it. But you're putting him up against like Idris Elba. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do here?
Yeah.
Right. Man, I think like in reality we got to get this down to like 3, right? Probably. I think Jack could probably go. I'm okay with him being the first one to go as long as he gets mentioned. Again, I'm just trying to get more sight on that game.
Yeah.
This is a lot harder getting rid of 2 more though.
Yeah.
I didn't play the DLC in Cyberpunk. Is Idris like prominent?
That's what I was gonna say. You can probably take him out. He acts it really well,
Mhm.
but the downside of him is that there are other characters around him that also do a fantastic job, and he is
Sure.
not he is the star name of the DLC, but it ends up being you that's the star anyway. So
Okay.
that's why like I am okay with like Idris Elba being out, and now we're down to these two.
Let me say this, and I'll see what you guys think. As far as they can really act award, I would lean more towards Ilka doing a better job, because not only is he playing Alan Wake, he's also playing Mr. Scratch, and he's pulling off just the insane, like, Alan Wake's stuck. He's trying to figure out how to get out, but also the villain side as well. And there's just a lot going on. I think he killed it. Not that we can't keep both of them, but if you guys want to keep Ben Starr and we want to keep Miles, then obviously I think one of the Alan Wake people has to go, right? If you guys want to keep, if you
Yeah.
want to keep both Alan Wake people, that's fine.
Well, I mean, Saga won another category, didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
Best
So, I
character.
mean, I'm okay with sharing the Alan Wake wealth.
Okay.
Wealth.
Barry, you okay with that?
Yeah, I guess for the most part, I'm just trying to like jumble in my head like memorable moments for like them for me, and I guess for the most part, like I would be remiss not to mention the dark place scene with Saga.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the
Yep.
most well acted portions. And no, I think I agree with Alan Wake because he is playing and also his real life counterpart is not only playing 2 characters but 3.
Yep.
With Tom.
Yep.
So that's why it's a hard thing to do in acting, and I think definitely Alan Wake pulls off 3 very well.
If you wanted to keep both, I would petition to get rid of Ben Starr. I know you guys like him, but I love we all love Final Fantasy 16, but when I look at that game and I look at Ben Starr, he is playing a Game of Thrones character.
And there's a lot. I mean, there's some scenes where, you know, obviously Clive is accessing his power and that requires a lot more acting, but there's a lot of like general moments where he has to just keep a steady accent going.
Yeah.
For the character he plays. I mean, I don't want to take away from Ben Starr's performance, but it's more so attributing to what was required of him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would petition
for a lot of the game.
If you would want to keep both Alan Wake people, I would petition to drop Ben Starr. But if you don't, I would then petition to drop Saga here. It's tough. I think Miles stays though, right? Or do you think
we were just talking earlier about how he got slighted.
Yeah, he did.
He did get slighted in the nomination category. I'm going to just go out there and I'm going to say because I like these arguments that got brought up in this. I'm going to say Alan Wake 1, Miles and Miles Morales 2, or Ika and Naji.
Okay.
Respectfully.
What do you think, Barry? I can agree with that.
I can agree with that too. I can.
Alan Wake 1.
Yep.
Miles Morales 2. I'm going to leave Clive and Saga on there though.
Yes.
Because I feel like they deserve to be on there.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I like that.
Okay.
All right.
Now this one, go ahead.
Next award is the kind of thing that, you know, you just go, damn, that slaps.
That was great. Oh, man, I'm glad I changed that title. Let's go.
And our nominees for Damn That Slaps goes to, nominees, Hogwarts Legacy, Final Fantasy 16, Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, HOA, Hi-Fi Rush, Immortals of Avium, Sea of Stars, Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and Diablo 4.
So what I was going to say is, I think this category specifically, I think we should play a piece of each game so that we can listen and decide? As in, like, just hold your phone up to the microphone. I don't think we'll. Is that allowed? Can we do that?
Um,
I
before we
think
do,
copyright wise, I think 5 seconds we could get away with. As the editor,
Think so?
as
Think
the
so?
editor of this, 5 seconds I can probably get away with.
Because I want to give them their due. You know what I mean?
Well, and also this is also what do I care actually? It would be our first strike. We wouldn't make
cares?
any money off of this anyway. So
Right. I
for
just
the
think it would be
people, I'm okay
easier
with
if we
whatever,
put them
yeah.
on there and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is what I would say." But there's 11. Do we want to cut it down before?
that's what
we
I
do
was
that?
gonna say. I was gonna
Yeah.
say cut it down and do like a finalist play or
right.
something.
All right. So get rid of 1 to get us down to 10.
I don't know the music in Immortals of Avium. Was it dope?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It seems like the kind of game that would have that.
Yeah. Let's see if I
The
can find-
the only
Go
one
ahead.
I'm not familiar with on this list here is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh, you just wait. That one's staying.
Okay, all right.
It's staying.
Did
Diablo
Spider-Man
4?
2
Diablo
okay.
4.
out of the even though I just kind of almost said Spider-Man 2 as a way to bring up discussion, now that you say Diablo 4 has the right music for the environment. As far as a category called this slaps,
Yeah.
I
Diablo's
don't know.
always had the same music. I don't know
Yeah.
that it's not something you put on like when you're at your home cleaning and being like, damn. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing that with Diablo.
Yeah.
So I think we
Now,
can get rid of Diablo.
yeah, if you're walking through a rotting village in real life or a rotting forest, then yeah, that's gonna slap. But
Okay.
you know,
All right. So Diablo's gone. So then let's get rid of. This is gonna be hard, isn't it? Let's get rid of 3.
let's get rid of 3.
And
I put Ho on here, HOA, but I don't remember if it was good or not. Was it good, Barry? Can we get rid of it? Do I need to pull it up? I could pull it
yeah, I
up.
think we got to pull it up because I
I feel like
I
I
mean,
put it on there and I
I-
was like, that music was good. Here we go.
it is very simple. It is.
It is. I just want you to know the full soundtrack's 49 minutes. Is this slap?
Look at Craig. Craig, as a third party here, does this slap?
Or maybe
I'm
we
not
could
gonna
say
do-
like, would you put this on in your home?
See, now he's getting sold on it right here. Now you can see it. He's
This is
rethinking
why I
it.
remember it
he's-
was the instrumental, the orchestra.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's rethinking his entire life right now. You can see it in his eyes.
Does
I
it stay
hear-
for now?
I
hear what you're
yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead. I was gonna
Go
say I hear what you're playing.
Yep.
And I just keep looking back at this list and I'm like, but there's some serious bangers on here.
I would put this on when I'm cleaning. Like I would buy the vinyl for Hoa. I would.
And that's kind of my thinking here is so like 2 of them that I'm kind of on the fence with.
Okay.
I love Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, but it is just a compilation of Final
Okay.
Fantasy tracks.
So you want to cut it?
That's where I'm at. And
Okay.
as I was gonna say, that's where I think
That's huge, man.
All
Because
right.
I was
Well, we'll
looking
cut
at
it.
that. I was looking at that as being a big argument point. Well, not argument,
I-
discussion.
I'm kind of
Professional
on a
discussion.
technicality where it's
Okay.
I'm eliminating it because it's just a compilation, whereas all of these other ones have music, for themselves. Whereas
Right.
Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm is literally just taking, and it's more than just Final Fantasy at this point. It's just Square Enix properties where you
Right.
now have Bravely Default and Nier music on here as well. It's a fantastic music game. And
Okay.
I'll find somewhere here to get it to do. But not here.
I mean, I'm looking at it as like, how do we feel about Spider-Man 2?
That I don't think it should belong on this list.
That's where I was thinking as well. Like the music between Spider-Man 1 and 2 are very similar. That's why I'm
Okay.
okay with eliminating Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
out.
Let me see if I can pull up Immortals of Avium. It's very Marvel.
Very Marvel. Yeah,
Does
that's
it
pretty
slap?
Marvel, man.
Yeah.
I think I can lift a car now. I didn't
So
have superhuman strength until I heard that.
it's the okay. Let me think here.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. Are you going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy being a continuation of the Harry Potter music that we have heard since the dawn of time?
I think so.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
I think so. So
maybe
Hogwarts goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's just it's amazing hearing it, but yeah, I think that's a good call.
Man, this is tough. So we're down to 7. So I think we got to get rid of at least 2 more. Let me look up. Let me pull up Bomb Rush Cyberpunk for you guys. Barry, you pulling something up too?
I am.
What you pulling up? Barry's got one. Here we go.
You can't get like the specific soundtrack, but this is the Titan fight.
From Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy 16's Titan fight.
Yeah.
It should start going here in a second, but it's not just a song. I have to look up the
Right.
scene.
Right. Good. It's good.
Yeah,
It
like
slaps.
yeah, like that specific one.
It's so
Very-
good.
Is very much so.
It's so good.
All right. I'm trying to get to some Bomb Rush for you guys.
Okay. 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 We're all vibing now. Okay.
That person singing sounds like they're in the Jackson 5. It sounds like Michael Jackson in Jackson 5, Michael.
Man, this is tough. CSR's had good music too. Man.
Yeah, here's where I'm at if we're trying to also go in
Yep.
the route of eliminating something.
Yep.
Alan Wake 2, outside of the musical performances, it's just very eerie place setting music.
That's fair.
I'm okay with taking out Alan Wake 2 with musical performance kind of taking up a lot of that.
Okay. I think that's fair. I mean, that's the reason it's in there is that one song, right? Like
I
that's
think
why we put it in there.
Well,
Because I couldn't
so-
tell you otherwise.
Well, I also think like Alan Wake 2, and maybe I'm talking myself back into putting it back in here, but Alan Wake 2, those interludes between the chapters, it
Are
goes
really
from
good.
soft jazz
Yeah, there's
to
difference.
heavy metal there. While they're all snitbits, if they were more actual songs, I may be also more into keeping it on there. But
Okay.
every chapter thing, I actually listened to the whole way through. I didn't skip any of the chapter portions because I thought the music was actually well described. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The Sea Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
This is tough.
so now,
Um,
oh, man, so the issue we're getting into now is,
I mean, we can get rid of Hoa if you want. It's
Yeah.
a different style, but it's not like a niece. It's not like getting you pumped up. It's more of like a chill out.
yeah, if we're
vibe.
looking at the vinyl for this, I'm not paying for the vinyl for Hoa because it's
Okay.
a 49-minute track, I guess that
Can I
Alright.
stir up? Can I stir
go
up
ahead.
something? Can I stir up
Yo,
something with you?
here we
Can I
go.
stir up something, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying top 3 Final Fantasy 16 Hi-Fi Rush and Bomb Rush. I was sold specifically in the 20 seconds. I'm just stirring it up. If we
Yeah.
don't end there, we don't end there. But I want to spur some type of like anger or agreement or some type of thing there. Because like I think we could talk about this for as long as we talked about like the holy
Oh,
shit moment.
Yeah, like my main
Music
thing
matters in games.
I'm trying to think like so Hi-Fi Rush. Like there's my thing there is Hi-Fi Rush is I guess, damn this slaps moment is more or less like the gameplay, because a lot of the music portion, um, the songs wise, I guess, are all because I want to give it to something that's a little bit more, I guess, original in its taste. Where Hi-Fi Rush, those boss battles are a lot of fun, but it's music by Nine Inch Nails and other according bands. Whereas
Yeah.
the beat in the overworld is only I would ever say okay. How do you feel about Hi-Fi Rush? I know we love Hi-Fi Rush, Craig. I know we do.
Well,
I know we love it.
now that you say that, that kind of fits a little bit of the criteria that we would use in narrowing down something. You're right. There are Nine Inch Nails songs and such like that that are very, I don't know.
I 75% of the year, Hi-Fi Rush was my pick for this category, hands down. But I think that Bomb Rush took what Hi-Fi Rush did and made it better because
Mhm.
it's original music. It's every song that I've heard playing that game slaps. And it's just like that super high paced, like get you going music. So like for me, the whole year I was like Hi-Fi Rush is best music of the year. It's not even close. But I think Bomb Rush is my pick. With Hi-Fi Rush probably second. Even though Final Fantasy and Immortals and Sea of Stars are all good.
I'm okay with us like already thinking to take Sea of Stars out. It's great music.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic in the way it's created too and crafted.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with taking Sea of Stars out to help.
Yep.
Um, I'm going to be looking at Bomb Rush after this podcast, by the way, just
It's
to let you
a
two know what I'm doing.
spiritual successor to if you've played like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
It's that type of game. You have a
Okay.
skateboard and a rollerblade and you're graffitiing walls and stuff. It's that. It's real good.
In all fairness, again, I really have nothing that I could say about Immortals of Avium, but in all fairness, too, Final Fantasy 16's music does slap, but does it slap the whole game?
No, but I think you could also make the argument that while Immortals is good music, it's also like that Marvel
Yeah.
style that we've heard before where you're like, yeah, this is superhero music. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
it, but I think you could take it out and say Final Fantasy did something more original. Like those
Mhm.
boss battles when the guitars hit in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, you're just like, oh yeah.
And the entire reason that two Final Fantasy bosses, and probably for the sake of gorging ourselves, we didn't add all of them.
Yep.
Like half of that was the music. The gameplay was the other half, but the music tied in with the gameplay so well, so it made it more memorable, which inevitably made Final Fantasy 16 more memorable to the three of us, because that game that was our summer love, guys.
It was.
If we were 16, that would have been the girl we talked about, like that we met over the summer. Was like, this person's amazing, and now I'm back at school. It sucks. Like, so
It almost pains me, but I feel like I would almost be okay with Final Fantasy at 2 and Hi-Fi Rush at 3. Even though I love Hi-Fi Rush and like that game was incredible, I just don't think, in my opinion, I don't think anything tops Bomb Rush this year, music wise.
As someone who, as most me and Craig were just vibing to what the music was when you were playing it,
Right?
I'm okay with that. I agree with. I'm okay with Bomb
We
Rush being
leave
number one.
Hi-Fi on there as a 3.
Yes, yes. There's no deleting it.
Yep.
Um,
Boom. Okay. Bomb Rush wins. Final Fantasy 16 second. Hi-Fi very close third. I like
yeah,
that.
it would have been very hard for me to take Final Fantasy 16 off, because like in video game like vinyls that I am going to get, Final Fantasy 16 is number one by a mile.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
all right, up
Yes.
next I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We have the I did not see this or see that coming award. I did not see that coming award. We
Yep.
have Hogwarts Legacy, Metroid Prime Remastered, Remnant 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Hoa, Demonologist, Immortals of Avium, and Fortnite Guitar Hero.
Yeah. As in, to clarify, games that kind of took us off guard and we're like, man, I did not expect that. Which in my mind says we get rid of Hogwarts.
I
Yeah.
say we do, yeah, as well. Hi-Fi Rush is going to be hard to beat because of the shadow drop combined
Yep.
with how well it did and the time of year that it was shadow dropped. If you plop that thing in October, it would have got buried.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Um,
I have a hard time taking hi-fi off of 1 or 2 on
okay.
either one of them.
I would first and second that.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Craig's the only one that played Immortals of Avium. We've all played Demonologist. Demonologist is more or less a more refined experience of what's that game called?
I'm blanking on it too.
Phasmophobia.
Phaz. There we go.
Phasmophobia. Yeah.
I mean, we can take Demonologist off if you want. I think we take Metroid Prime Remaster off, honestly.
Yep. Yep.
Let's
I'm okay
go.
with that. Yeah.
I'm just going with like what games really caught us off guard and we're like, whoa, did not expect to have that much fun. Which to me is like, this is tough. I can take Immortals off and probably Hoa.
So, and here's the thing: I'm okay with taking Hoa off. Small experience, indie game can kind of expect that.
Right.
The main thing I'm looking at right now between like these 4 that we have left, which is Remnant 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Immortals of Avium, and Fortnite Guitar Hero, is Hi-Fi Rush is on there. My main thing is like Remnant 2 is like me and Craig have been playing it.
Yep.
It's fun but also frustrating.
I'm almost done with it. I'm on the last boss.
Oh, so you've been grinding it out. Okay, while I've been playing Alan Wake, you've gone into Remnant.
I'm
2
on the
mode
final
over
boss.
there.
Yep.
All right. So, and I guess here's the thing: does it get better, Remnant 2?
It does.
Okay.
It does, but there's also that like the frustration level amps up more as you continue to play. I will just throw this out here. I think my pick would be the Guitar Hero in Fortnite because that came out of nowhere. Barry, you and I are both of like, bring Rock Band back, bring Guitar Hero back. And for them to be like, let's just throw it in Fortnite and see how it does as like a test was like, I've been playing it nonstop every night because they rotate the songs out. So there's new songs to play. They're working on guitar support, which is not there yet, but even playing on your controller is fun. I just think that was one, like when I look at this category, I'm like, I did not see that coming, was a Guitar Hero revival inside of Fortnite. That's wild to me. Immortals of Avium, again, I think it can go when you're comparing these. And I think Remnant can go because we knew Remnant 1 was out there, right? And it was good. Remnant 2, and we're like, oh, that's probably good too. I was more of like, I didn't expect to play as much Remnant 2 as I did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
With that one too. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
And I would almost lean more towards Hi-Fi Rush as the winner.
Yes.
Right? Because that was announced. It dropped the same day, and it was incredible. Craig, are you okay with that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. With Fortnite Guitar Hero runner up?
Yeah.
Wild. Okay. Best game we played, but then they made it again award, as in a remaster. We have Metroid Prime Remastered, Resident Evil 4, Dead Space Remastered, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection.
As the resident Metal Gear Solid head in this building, I think we could just take that one off. I mean, they made it more accessible and such like that. But like compared to the other ones, I know that Barry will and Craig can have some more chatter about Advance Wars 1 and 2. I did not play that. For me, Dead Space and Resident Evil 4 most definitely deserve to be on it. And maybe there's even just why don't we just make those 1 and 2? But I want to see what you two think.
I would be okay with those 1 and 2. What do you think, Barry?
So I agree with that, but
this is a tough one.
Yeah,
because I liked Advance Wars.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think Advance Wars deserve and that's where I'm kind of like, I think Advance Wars could creep up to 2, considering that. And I guess here's my main thing here, where you guys have also said like I'm thinking Dead Space and Advance Wars.
Okay, get rid of Metroid then.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. where and this is where we kind of have to figure out what we would want to pick, because Resident Evil 4, like, they made it again, but they also took out some of the corniness for like more of a serious tone. Where
Yep.
Dead Space 2 for me was like a very fun like playthrough reimagining of Dead Space 1, and Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp kind of ended up finally coming out and eventually was like, yeah, this is fun. This is a fun war strategy game.
Yeah.
Deal.
For me personally, I think Dead Space Remastered is number one for me, like unquestionably. I think there's debate for Resident Evil 4 and Advance Wars, but me personally, if I look at it, like I beat Dead Space Remastered 3 times, so it's got to be number one for me. Resident Evil 4, I beat. Advance Wars, I really enjoyed, but I stopped playing. So if I look at it that way, I finished Resident Evil 4. I didn't finish Advance Wars, so I would go Dead Space and then Resident Evil 4. That's just me. I'm open to debate on Advance Wars because it is a very good game.
Well, let's do this. We agree unanimously that Dead Space should be number one, so let's leave that number one.
Yep, I agree.
I did not play Advance Wars 1 and 2, but I was completely blown away by Resident Evil 4 and how it was executed. I understand that they made changes and took some stuff out to make it less corny with this more serious undertone. They did improve some other things in terms of quality of life. Like they made, what's her name? Didn't they make who's the person you're escorting? I'm like forgetting her name now.
Oh yeah, the president's daughter.
Like didn't they
forgetting her name?
Yeah, didn't they make some? We'll call her president's daughter. Didn't they make some improvements on her part specifically that made that part?
It was frustrating in the original, yes, and they did fix it.
I am willing to. I will cede as Resident Evil 4 is 2, just because you guys do have a lot more passion for that.
And we leave Advance Wars in.
Yeah.
Because I think it deserves some praise for what,
Yeah.
for one, getting it out there, and two, it being a good game. Dead Space wins, Resident Evil's runner-up, Advance Wars is right behind it.
Much like the stories that we all read in storybooks, video games also have stories. This is for best story. Final Fantasy 16, Alan Wake 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man 2, and Diablo 4.
Let's get rid of 2.
Dad, man.
I think we're all looking at the same one to get eliminated first, right?
Is it Diablo 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed Diablo 4 a lot. And I
it's
really
Alan Wake 2 first. Get it out. Not like
No, I just think that like Diablo 4 is a very good story, but at the end of the day, I almost look at it as like I thought the story was cool, but how many people who play Diablo 4 skip everything?
Yeah.
And could tell you what the story is. So I think it's fair to get rid of it.
I already have my 1-2.
Go.
Okay, so what's the other one we get rid of then? What's out of the top 3?
Is Legacy one of your one? Is Legacy?
No. Oh, in or out?
I was gonna say, is Legacy one of your top 2s, or I was thinking I'm talking to Barry, I guess, being in the top 2, because like for me, Legacy's out.
I don't think so.
I'm keeping Legacy's my number 1.
Yeah, I think Legacy's really good. I think we get rid of Spider-Man. Or Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is Game of Thrones. They're not doing anything original.
I can see it tearing at Craig's heart here.
It is. I think it's one of those two. For me, it's Alan Wake and Hogwarts are my top 2.
So, Craig, here's my thing with letting Final Fantasy 16 go. If we have to get into the story, you have to go to the Historium.
Yeah.
In order to really get what's going on in that world. And I guess kind of can be said for like our previous knowledge of the Hogwarts world also plays into play, so I'm kind of now fighting myself.
Here's what I'm saying. A while ago, I thought we talked about how the best part of Hogwarts Legacy was the Slytherin side quest and not even the actual main story of the game.
I don't think so. I enjoyed the story a lot. I thought it
I
was
Maybe
a
I was talking
very
to myself.
I thought it was a very good like story within that universe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay. It's not like we're looking at like, Skull Island and like Gollum on this list, and I'm like going to be completely floored. If
Why don't we
I
leave
mean,
all 4 and just pick 2?
you know what?
I don't want to get rid of Final Fantasy 16 if you're that like it was
Well,
a great story.
what you're seeing right now is me trying to figure out how much I actually like Final Fantasy 16 in comparison to these other 3 stories.
I did a
It's
lot of button mashing in that game for the talking.
yeah,
A lot.
and the historian point is good, Barry, as well.
Oof, it's not great.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeding. I'm cool seeding that. I'm cool if we seed. We can leave it on the.
I
If we
think
don't
we
have
leave
to.
it. Yeah.
But I'm
I'm
cool with
okay
that.
with
Not.
leaving these 4 on here. The
Yeah.
4 can stay on.
Hogwarts for me is 1, Alan Wake is 2. Or I could switch them even. I think those are my 2 though.
I'm thinking more about Spider-Man 2.
Yep. I just didn't like that they didn't use Craven enough.
There were some Craven holes. You fight as lackeys a lot, and you're around Craven kind of, but you're not.
Venom was
You're
cool.
not. Yeah, Venom was cool. I'm okay. I'm okay with where you guys are having Alan Wake and Hogwarts in the 2.
Okay.
And I'm okay with I mean, I didn't play that game for what is it, 10 months now? So
Yeah.
do I even know what the story like I don't know. I think I'm maybe not giving it enough credit. Hogwarts specifically. So I'm okay with the 1-2 punch there.
I think overall Alan Wake is a better game than Hogwarts Legacy. But I think I'm comfortable enough in this category to say Hogwarts had a slightly better story than Alan Wake. I think that's.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I'm okay with that one too. Yep.
But they could be
Hogwarts
interchangeable.
Legacy finally gets its due.
Yeah, it should win something.
Yeah, and now it has. So now we can ignore it for the rest of the podcast.
Best wand usage is the next category. No, is it me? Am I announcing this one? Best indie game. We love our indies. Best indie game. We have Dave the Diver, Demonologist, Hoa, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, who's growing very quickly with me based off of this podcast. Dredge, Jasant, Pizza Tower, and House Flipper 2.
So get rid of 3 to start.
Pizza Tower, get rid of it. Destroy it.
What do you have against Pizza Tower, Barry?
I actually don't have anything against Pizza Tower. It's more or less like it is a. It's I don't know. I guess for the most part, it's simple.
It is
where, like, it's getting in a tower, getting your ingredients, getting out as fast as you can. For most of them, there's some boss fights there, whereas, like, some of these have a bit more, I guess, to them.
Okay. Do we get rid of Hoa?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, is Hoa more of a like what type of is it just like is it like a Sea of Stars?
It is a side scroller. It is a
side scroller that takes like an hour or 2 to beat.
It is a very light puzzle game.
You can't die.
It passes the vibes check is what I mean to say.
It does.
I'm okay. I mean, I'm okay with it off. I really love Dredge, but I can see how some of these can beat Dredge. I really love Dredge. I just had a grand old time playing it, but that's a Craig thing.
Do you want to get rid of it, or do you want to keep it?
I personally would rather keep it over Dave the Diver if I could think.
We can do that.
My issue is I want Dave the Diver.
All right,
Uh,
listen. I'm okay with getting rid of Pizza Tower. I can live with that. Let's get rid of that. How do we feel about Jasant?
my thing,
It's a nice game.
It is
yeah,
nice.
my thing there is I want to get rid of Jasant just because it is a nice game. It is indie, but isn't it also just kind of like a non VR The Climb?
Climb.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
relaxing.
it's relaxing. It has more of a story than the climb does. But yeah, you kind of find it as you go. I don't know anything about House Flipper 2's fun or anything like that, or how fun it is.
Oh,
I
I've
know
been
my
playing.
I know my wife was looking at it because she wanted to play it. Should she be playing that right now?
Yes. Listen,
Honey,
I put okay, listen. I bought the first House Flipper on PC. Between my wife and I, we probably put about 80 to 100 hours into it easily.
wow.
Then I bought it on Xbox. And then now House Flipper just came out this past week. I have already put over 10 hours into that game. There's just here's the thing. If you haven't played House Flipper at all, the original was like you get your jobs, you go do your jobs, but you can also use that money to go buy actual full houses, flip the houses and sell them off. And that's like your loop, right? I just think they took everything that worked in the first House Flipper and made it so much better in House Flipper 2 to the point where we were all really high on the game Unpacking was that last year? Unpacking? Okay. So House Flipper has always been like, all right, I'm going to put flooring in. I'm going to paint the walls. I'm going to put windows in. I'm going to mount this toilet or this shower. And when you mount them, you have to physically like click on the things to screw them in and hook up all the cables and everything. But with the second one, they also added in unpacking. So like you're opening boxes and taking books and putting them on the shelves and you're cleaning up people's houses. All the
What?
stuff we liked about unpacking is now inside of House Flipper, and the annoying stuff in the first House Flipper has been ironed out in the second one. So for me, like if you're into that type of game, this is a game you're going to spend a bazillion hours in, like easily. um I love House Flipper to death. I love that game. I would put it in the top 3 if we're trying to get rid of 2. um this is tough. Like I almost look at Demonologist, but we had such a good time with Demonologist, I don't want to get rid of it.
Here's what we'll do. I'll compromise here because I
Okay.
played both Dredge and Dave the Diver. I like Dave the Diver a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't complete it.
Okay.
I love Dredge, and I beat it. So I'm completely fine because like when we were watching like the actual awards and these indies were in here, anytime Dredge, I think it was maybe only one, it was 2 categories. When Dave and Dredge were in the same category, I was completely fine with Dredge's seeding to Dave
Okay.
because Dave is an insane, awesome hodgepodge of ideas where you run a sushi bar by night and you have to choose what you caught earlier in the day as a diver, a variety of different challenges. Who's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like who's doing that? So I'm okay with Dredge seeding because out of the 2 ideas, Dave the Diver is the better idea.
Okay. um Do we want to keep Demonologist in the top 3 then, since we had such a good time with it? Like it's got to be in the best. Did that come out this year though? Is it
Oh,
going to
Is
get
it that
eliminated
that
on a
is?
technicality?
I was
Let
about
me
to say
check.
I think we did that
uh-oh.
as well. I guess my main thing with Demonologist is we did have a lot of fun with it,
Mm-hmm.
but we also it also is
It did
again
come out this year. It did.
it also is just a kind of a phasmophobia game.
Yeah, but I think it's a
Expanded upon.
better Phasmophobia game. I think they took what Phasmophobia did and made it better. Um, Bomb
Yeah,
Rush is good. I'm the
I
only one
feel
who's
like
played Bomb Rush, but like it is a Jet Set Radio clone. So if you want to knock it for that, you could, because it's doing everything that Jet Set did. I
yeah, like
think we look at. Go ahead.
here's the thing with me and like these last 4 here. I'm okay with all 4 of them staying.
Mm-hmm.
I had not played Bomb Rush Cyberpunk or House Flipper 2. Um,
Yeah,
House Flipper 2's gameplay just probably isn't up my alley for the most
sure.
part. And for me, it's Demonologist and Dave the Diver as my 1-2.
Okay.
I love Dave the Diver, and I love Demonologist, and that's where like I'm okay with these two, with those two, but I don't know how.
I
Craig,
didn't play. I didn't play Dave the Diver.
Dave the
I
Diver was a good enough game. I also just watched my brother play it for about 2 hours. Like
Okay.
just sat there and hung out with him.
I I think if I look at it, of these games, the ones that I had the most fun with this year, it's Demonologist and House Flipper
Okay.
that I had the most fun with. So I
Yeah.
would consider the best.
Well, Demonologist is there to stay. We're really just
Yep.
figuring out.
Yep.
It's really between Dave and House Flipper after that
Yeah.
last thing,
Which
Craig.
is fine. Yep.
Um,
I'm okay with either. So are we putting Demonologist 1? Or are you guys fighting between Dave the Diver and House Flipper as number 1 and Demonologist is number 2?
I don't know. This is our award ceremony. Why don't we put Demonologist as 1?
I'm okay with it. I had
Like
hours of fun with that game.
Mhm.
and now it's between Dave and House's 2. I mean, 2 people here did play Dave and not
That's
House,
fine.
and
If you
yeah,
guys
so
want to do Dave, that's fine. I'm not going to be upset about it at all. I just haven't played it, so I can't like speak to it. I'm going to put Dave at 2.
Take the win where we can get it, Craig. Just say
let's do it.
yes.
All right, here we go. Moving on.
yeah.
Demonologist wins. Dave the Diver gets second. House Flippers 3. Fresh Take Award. Here we go. Hi-Fi Rush. Dave the Diver. Jusant. Fortnite modes. Viewfinder. And Disney Illusion Island. I had to put Fortnite modes because they also just added Lego mode, which was ridiculous. But anyway, we got 6 here. We can get rid of 3. Cut it in half.
Fortnite modes.
You think so?
I think the only one that really stands ground, maybe, or has any merit is the Lego one.
Okay.
But the one is just a kart racer / Rocket League. The other one's
Yep.
a clone of Guitar Hero. So
I think I lean so heavily on the Guitar Hero thing because to me it's like they're bringing it back. Oh my god,
Yeah,
they're
but
bringing it back.
but is it a fresh take? That's my
No, yeah, no, we can get rid of
Yeah,
it.
no, that's a
It's
good
not a
point.
fresh take.
Is
mean, I
Disney Illusion Island a fresh take? And if so, how?
I mean, it's a Castlevania, Metroidvania style with Disney characters without, like taking damage. Well, you do
Okay.
take damage, but no, like actual fighting. But we can get rid of it because it is a Metroidvania at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, and then Barry almost kind of made a case for Jusant because it's just kind of
Yep.
climb with a
Yep.
story and not first person in VR.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi-Fi Rush, Dave the Diver, and Viewfinder. Viewfinder's pretty original.
Yeah, no kidding. I
It's
have a hard
wild.
time. Yeah, I have a hard time taking that one off.
Yep.
So
I think
now
for
with-
me, it's Viewfinder and Hi-Fi Rush. Has there ever been a musical beat 'em up?
No.
I don't think
no,
there has.
that's where I'm with that as well. Viewfinder and Hi-Fi Rush. How do you feel about that, Craig?
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. This reminds
Yeah.
me of what was the game you were really high on last year, Craig? It was the girl who died and you had to like find out how she died.
Oh yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the oh man.
I see her in like the
You can
red
play it.
dress.
Yeah, you can play it on your phone too, and your tablet.
Yeah.
Oh man, Immortal.
Immortals. Immortals. Or Mortal. Yeah.
Immortal, I think is what it was. Let me see. No, maybe not.
Anytime I hear fresh take, that's what I think of because that
Yeah.
was pretty original for in terms of an idea.
Yeah, I think Viewfinder is the most original, and then Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
Alright.
I mean Hi-Fi Rush is a good game, and we love
Yeah.
that game, but I just think Viewfinder is crazy.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I'm
Got
okay
it.
with that. I'm okay with it.
Sweet.
Best
Let's do it.
games that just annoyed the shit out of us, man.
Yes.
Lies of P, Remnant 2, Persona 5 Tactica, Advance Wars 1 and 2, Ghost Runner 2, and Lords of the Fallen.
Are we talking
Okay.
about game difficulty, or are we talking about the fact that there's something wrong with the
No, like
gameplay that causes you to die that's annoying the shit out of you?
I think it could be a combination of both,
Okay.
really. Because I look at like Remnant 2 annoyed the shit out of me because of the difficulty spikes and the unfair and not
And
knowing
lack
where
of
to go.
direction. Yeah, lack of
Yeah.
direction is my
Per-
is a main thing
Persona
for me
5
there.
Tactica annoyed me because those like side missions were really annoying to me trying to figure out beat this in one turn. But that's just because I'm not used to that. I didn't get super annoyed at Liza P personally.
Neither did I.
I had the one boss, and then that was really it. What was his name? I forget what his name was. He was the guy that
So
had like the front and the back. That
right,
really
he was
pissed me
annoying.
off. But like
Yep.
as well as the game as a whole, I wasn't annoyed. I was just basking in the amazingness that was Liza P.
We'll get rid of it then.
Lords of the Fallen though is a piece of crap with annoying.
Well, this is best game. That
Best
annoyed
game.
the shit. So if it's not a best game, do we get rid of it?
Yeah, it's not a
Okay.
best game. It's a
I
forgettable.
put that on there for you because I didn't like that
Well,
game,
thanks.
but I thought you did.
Yeah, I liked it for a time until
Okay.
something better came along, but yeah, it definitely doesn't deserve to be with these other ones.
All right. Break it down. We got 4. I think Remnant 2 is up there, right?
Yeah, I want to say Remnant 2 is up there. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 is a good game. I don't know how much it annoyed the shit out of me though.
Oh, it annoyed me.
Okay.
That's just when you get later into it and it starts ramping up the difficulty. That's when I was getting like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And
Yeah.
didn't you say Ghost Runner 2 sucks?
It didn't suck. It was just not as good as the first one. But we can get rid of it.
Considering that, yeah, if we're comparing it to the first one, yeah. Okay.
There we go. We got 3.
2 tactic games and a
Mhm.
and a procedural generated game.
Now, if I look at Remnant 2 and the annoyance that Barry and I had trying to figure out where to go, but then on top of that, the annoyance I've had in the late game, like to the point where I wanted to throw my controller, but also at the same time not being able to stop playing because I like it so much, to me would be my pick. Persona 5 was like, I can't figure this out and I'm annoyed.
I'm gonna look it up, kind of thing, because we all do that as gamers. Like
Remnant was like, God damn it, and then I go right back to it.
Yeah, I'm okay with Remnant 1, Persona 5 Tactica 2.
Okay. Let's keep it. Yeah.
Now, like I will admit, like Persona 5 Tactica does not annoy me at all. Both the strategy games do tend to see, and I like the talking. You're annoyed by the talking.
I am annoyed by the talking. Okay. Do we want to leave Advance Wars on there?
Yeah.
Why not?
All right, cool. Well, these are going to be the good ones now. Here we go.
You know, it's just right that the Sony fanboy gets best PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, do it.
Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
What?
I thought it was Craig's turn.
Is it? I thought he was going second.
You just did the best game that annoyed the shit out of us.
Did I? Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, oh, well, yes. Yeah, sorry. I got into
I
got into how annoyed we were that I didn't even realize it was my turn.
All right.
All right. PlayStation exclusive. Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 16. Humanity and Forspoken.
We're digging the bottom of the barrel to get 4.
Yeah.
Is
Thank
this
you for
like
keeping us on track, Craig. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Is this an easy one too?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. We can just delete Forspoken.
Yeah, just take
it wasn't exclusive.
Yes, it was. But everything I didn't play Humanity, but everything I heard is good.
It's great. It's on PlayStation Plus if you have it. Like, go play that game. It's fun.
That's why, like, is the odd one out that gets left out for me is Spider-Man 2 here.
Ooh. See, I think Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy are the top 2.
Well,
and I think that's kind of a no-brainer duh.
And I guess for you two, so in your mind, Humanity does not get close to Spider-Man 2 or Final Fantasy.
No, but I specifically put it in here so people would go play it.
Okay.
It's a good game.
Okay. So then, I'm okay with that then. I'm okay with
I'll leave it on here. Yeah. Leave it on the list.
So which one's 1, which one's 2?
I think it's Final Fantasy's 1.
Okay.
Spider-Man's 2.
Deal.
What do you think, Craig?
Deal.
Let's shake on it, I
Okay.
guess.
Deal.
Yeah.
So Final Fantasy's the better of the two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So only fitting best Xbox exclusive goes to me, I guess. Here we go. Forza Motorsport, Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush, Age of Empires 4.
And much like in the same aspect, delete Starfield and throw it in another multiverse.
Wait, there's a case for it.
I like
Not so-
Starfield, though. I don't think it's in the top 3, but I think Starfield isn't as bad as you think it is.
It's just not as good as it could have been.
Here's my thing. I think I look at it as like Hi-Fi Rush is the best Xbox exclusive, but I think you can make a case for either Forza or Age of Empires. Almost more towards Age of Empires.
I'm with that.
What do you think, Barry?
That's what I'm trying to remember. So, like, I agree with the Hi-Fi Rush. Like, I just
Mhm.
remember I've played a decent amount of Age of Empires 4.
Right.
My only thing is that it just didn't come with enough cultures or civilizations to play with when it first came
So
out.
maybe
They've
you played
added
more Age of
those things.
Empires than I did.
Yeah,
Maybe it's Forza. Forza's a good game, despite what
It
people
is.
think. It's a
It
very
is a
good racing game.
It is. Yeah, it is a very good racing game.
Did we talk ourselves into Forza?
Sure. Yeah.
All
Okay with
cool.
that.
I'm leaving Age of Empires on there, though.
Yep. Please do.
This one fits you, Barry. This next one.
Yeah, I guess so. Best Nintendo exclusive:
Let's go.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4, Super Mario Wonder, Super Mario RPG, Metroid Prime Remastered, and Bayonetta Origins: Cereza and the Lost Demon.
Can we take
Okay.
RPG off?
Yeah, we can boot RPG. I just wanted to put it on there.
We can also take
Yeah.
Metroid off there.
Okay.
It's a
Metroid's
remaster.
gone. Okay.
Okay, here's where things get a little.
So we boot Zelda.
I can't. Man.
So for me, I'm Zelda and Wonder, but I mean, I did the demo for Bayonetta Origins, which is
I
a
would
good.
agree. I would agree with you. Mario and Zelda.
Barry, we got Craig to agree
Barry
on
likes
Zelda.
Pikmin and
We got
no,
Craig
Bayonetta.
no, it's Bayonetta Origins. That's the one that I like.
Okay, so Pikmin's a no-go for you?
Yeah, you can let
Okay.
go of Pikmin.
Craig, we got Barry. Barry, we got Craig to agree on something Zelda related.
There you go. I bought the
This is
game,
a
didn't I?
win.
It's literally
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
back there. It's right
It's
there.
It's a
Yeah,
win.
I
yeah,
own it.
Just keep it on the list. Just keep Bayonetta on the list for me. I
Okay.
adore that game so freaking much.
Here's where we fight because Super Mario's number 1 and Zelda's number 2. Fight me.
I'm okay with that.
Hey!
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I thought that would be really hard for me to win, and you guys are just like, yeah, okay.
Well,
I
no,
feel like
like the thing is with Zelda, and don't get the thing is with Zelda is that one, the game looks a lot like the old one, where there's surprises and like the holy shit moment. Yes,
Mhm.
but does it necessarily change everything that the first one did? No, it doesn't. I do give it the God hand, whatever ability it's called, at this point, like credit. But Super Mario Wonder is return back to 2D Mario that we haven't on a scale of we haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
And
Correct.
on top of that, a whole new, like, it's not just the regular kingdom you go through; it's a whole new one.
With a full plate of mushrooms done by that development team before they made it
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have a hard time separating Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom because they are very similar in a lot of ways. Whereas Wonder, the only thing similar about it is the fact that the formula is a 2D side scroller.
Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, that's why I'm okay with it.
Mario
Bayonetta
Wonder?
Origins.
Mario Wonder, Tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Bayonetta's a 3, though.
Yeah, I just a little shout out for Bayonetta, man. Like that game's control scheme took a lot for me to get used to, but I adore the hell out of that game. It's different. That's a fresh take game that probably should have been on Fresh Take as well.
Yeah, probably. All right.
All right, we're down to 3 categories, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, if we actually took my
Wait.
actual list, yeah.
Craig, you got this one.
I know it's him. Yeah, I was just gonna say if we actually took this one, it'd be a lot longer.
Yeah.
That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, true.
So, with every gamer, especially heavy gamer, there are games that we just start and we can't finish. Something else comes out and just takes our time away, or maybe we get it, we move, or there's all these things that take away. So here are the games that we wish we finished this year: Baldur's Gate, Dead Space, Diablo 4, Persona 5 Tactica, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, and Armored Core 6.
My 2 here are pretty easy.
I mean, I beat Dead Space multiple times, so
yeah.
Yeah, Dead Space I put on there to make fun of myself because I'm the one who did not finish it out of the bunch of us.
What are your 2, Barry?
Baldur's Gate and Armored Core 6.
I'd probably go Armored Core 6 and Diablo 4. I feel like I should finish Armored Core. I just don't know if I ever will. That's the problem.
Baldur's Gate's on here for me. Okay. Dead Space was a joke, but it's also kind of something I'm very embarrassed about because of how good that game is.
So Persona's gone. Bomb Rush is gone. Okay. I'd be okay with Baldur's Gate and Armored Core 6 if you want to fight over those.
I didn't finish Armored Core 6 as well, and I think that I would like it more if I did. I think that I'm so harsh on it because of where I stopped and how early in the game I stopped. But I didn't even get to the first boss where it starts popping off.
Me neither. Yeah, I tried. So is it Armored Core 1 and Baldur's Gate 2? Or is it the other way around?
Let's get spiteful, gentlemen. Baldur's Gate can't win everything.
That's
even
fair.
though
it hasn't won anything for us.
Let's give Armored Core 6. Yeah, let's make a statement with that.
Okay. Armored
I'm
Core
okay
wins.
with that. I guess for the most part, I would agree with Armored Core 6 being there and Baldur's Gate being 2. Because Armored Core 6, I did get past that, but it is a severely shorter game. Whereas Baldur's Gate 3, I would need a whole 3 months off of work to finish that game, apparently. So
yeah,
that's why I haven't bought it, because I'm scared.
Act 1, I think I'm 35 hours in and I haven't finished Act 1. There's 3 acts.
My roommate's over I think 200 hours, and I don't know what act he's on. Yeah, but it's
a game. It's a game.
That could be a January-February game. All right, let's go with that came out this year, as in games that not necessarily flopped but made zero impact and everybody has forgotten. So we have Lords of the Fallen, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Lego 2K Drive, Octopath Traveler 2, that came out, Like a Dragon Ishin, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, and Atomic Heart. I just want to point out, when I was putting some of these in here, I had to look up when Octopath Traveler 2 came out because I couldn't even remember that game existed.
Yeah.
And it did come out this year.
No, yeah, Octopath Traveler 2 is on my 1 or 2 there. Where
I would say on mine too, actually.
Okay, so we have.
I think Metal Gear Solid and Like a Dragon are somewhat memorable. Yeah, I think we can get rid of those. Yeah. Man, the fact that Lego 2K Drive game came out and it actually wasn't bad for a racer and literally nobody talked about it is ridiculous.
Yeah, because these other 3, I have a pretty decent memory of when they came out.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm okay.
Even with Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
I feel like that died.
It died very quickly.
It did, but I still remember the game. I still have it somewhere in my top game bar there.
I think Lords of the Fallen is still talked about a little bit.
I would almost I'm feeling Atomic Heart a little bit because I forgot it came out until I saw it on this list. And you guys remember how that was our That's what Judas was going to be for us until they get a new BioShock out. Remember,
Yep.
it was supposed to be like the BioShock to
Yep.
get us further. And it was, I forgot that thing came out, guys. But I understand why Lego's on this list as well.
No, I mean, I'm fine with if I think Octopath Traveler 2 is the winner because that
Yes.
thing just
Yep.
disappeared. But I could do Atomic Heart at 2. I'm fine with that.
Like all
Assassin's-
three of us played that, and I forgot it came out. That's how much That's how like it did not make an impression.
Lego 2K Drive gets an honorary though because that game was just poof. All right.
All
Last
right.
one.
And to give a little just a pretext here, this will be the last award as we go along here. There is no podcast next week. It's Christmas Eve, just due to recording schedule. So we aren't giving you our game of the year or top 10s or anything like that, like I mentioned. So this will be the last award that we go over. That's all I wanted to.
Cool.
Perfect.
Let's get it
out there. And I guess it's me, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, to round things home.
Bring us home, Barry.
To round things home, I am the transition master, so I'm trying to transition into something about what gets my blood pumping when I'm talking about like what came out this year. I want to get my blood pumping about the game I'm most excited for. Instead of forgetting what came out, I now got to look forward.
Yes.
As to what's coming out.
Okay.
That was a really long way about to get to most anticipated.
Most anticipated.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Little Nightmares 2, Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door, Persona 3 Reloaded, Star Wars Outlaws, and NCAA College Football 24. All right. So, I can personally get rid of 3 off the bat.
Me too. Let's see what you got.
All right, my 3, and it's going to hurt some people's feelings here, and I know whose feelings I'm going to hurt. Paper Mario can go, Persona 3 can go, Star Wars Outlaws can go.
Ooh. I would almost lobby Hades 2 can go.
I'm okay with that too.
I'm okay with those 4, and I'll tell you why. I'm really excited for Persona 3 Reload, and it's fine, but it's going to be a Game Pass game that I don't even have to pay.
Yeah.
My only issue with it is that it is another re-release remaster.
True.
On the list, and I don't feel, and I just feel like in a way we shouldn't really glorify those. Where it's different. It's different with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We've seen that it is not just a remaster.
Oh no, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's why
You know what? I think about it more, Barry. I can get rid of Star Wars Outlaws. I'm excited for that game, but I don't think we know enough for me to get like super excited about it.
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm at.
I think you're right. You look at it as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Little Nightmares 2, and college football. Now, hear me out here.
It's also, I think it's 3.
3, yeah. 3, not 2. I am super excited for Final Fantasy VII, but I don't know if it matches my level of hype for college football coming back.
That's my biggest thing here. That's my 1-2 here.
Yeah. Because we've been waiting so many years for a new college football game, and it could be terrible, but like the amount of excitement I've had for the past 2-3 years for this game to come out is up there with the Final Fantasy VII remake. It really is. But they both look good, and Little Nightmares looks good. I love Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares is a staple in our house. My wife and I loved both of those games. Yeah. There's nothing like those games. There's games that try to be like it, but
yeah,
due to the gravity of them bringing NCAA college football back, I'm okay with keeping Little Nightmares as one of the most anticipated games within our household, but ceding it to that. Yeah. Rebirth is hard to take off that list, obviously.
This is the one that I really wanted to fight because I think college football should win.
I'm with you. I agree.
Yep. And Final Fantasy is second. Which is crazy to think about, but like think about how many people are like so pumped for college football. I think it's more than people are excited for Final Fantasy VII.
I think for the most part, and like I hate to put it this way, but college football is kind of getting this on the technicality that it hasn't come out in years.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it in years.
Right.
Whereas Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, like we are continuing the first one after what that other game came out 3 years ago now, or
Mhm.
2 years ago. So that's where I'm more or less like college football wins because we haven't seen it in a while, much like Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that won last year, but Hogwarts Legacy, it was the same thing. We haven't
It
seen a
did.
Harry Potter game in years.
Yep.
So I'm taking that and putting it to this formula.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy was our most anticipated last year.
So yeah, like that's why this all,
Crazy.
yeah.
Mhm.
Crazy. Isn't
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is going to sell a ton of copies, but I don't even think it'll come close to the amount of copies that college football is going to sell. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Well,
And I know I
So-
didn't put GTA on here because that ain't coming out next year.
yeah.
Oh heck,
No,
heck
yeah.
nah, heck nah.
Maybe when it's coming out in 2026.
Yeah.
So before we let everybody go, just a quick run of everything here. Trash heap of the year goes to Skull Island: Rise of Kong. We'll go in order here. I'll allow someone else to do the next one, and then someone else to do the next one.
All right, our holy shit moment for the year was the musical performance from Alan Wake 2. Not surprising.
Our Who Made These Costumes award goes to Marissa from Street Fighter 6.
Worst character goes to Frey Holland of Forspoken.
Best character goes to Saga Anderson, Alan Wake 2.
The Warm Embrace award goes to Baldur's Gate 3.
Most Barry game of the year goes to Persona 5 Tactica.
Game that scared the shit out of us, meaning Barry and myself, is Alan Wake 2.
The They Can Really Act award is also Alan Wake from Alan Wake 2, Ilka Villa.
The Damn This Slaps award goes to Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Ooh.
I did not see that coming award goes to Hi-Fi Rush.
Best game we played, but they made it again award goes to Dead Space Remastered.
Best story goes to Hogwarts Legacy.
Best indie game goes to Demonologist.
The Fresh Take award goes to Viewfinder.
Best game that annoyed the shit out of us. Remnant 2.
Yes.
Best PlayStation exclusive, Final Fantasy 16.
Best Xbox exclusive, Hi-Fi Rush.
Best Nintendo exclusive, Super Mario Wonder.
Game I wish I finished, Armored Core 6.
The That Came Out This Year award goes to Octopath Traveler 2.
And most anticipated is what we just talked about, goes to NCAA College Football 2024.
Heck yeah.
That's a touchdown.
That's going to round out this special episode. It's extra long, so listen to the first hour 1 week and then listen to the next hour the following week. As we get ready for the next time you probably hear from us, it's going to be the big top 10 trio. I need to think of a better name for that. As we talk about the top 3 in entertainment top 10s. So
Yes.
trying to workshop names here. That one didn't work as well as I thought either. But thank you, everyone. As we get closer to the year here, I want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Hopefully all of your guys' holidays are filled with joy, laughter, and hopefully, nothing bad. We appreciate anybody that listens to us, takes the time. This is also another reminder just to thank you guys for another year of listening to us as we continue to figure out what this podcast still is 4 years into it and continue to try and learn how to grow as much as we want to. If you feel the need, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Comment below with maybe awards we can put in the next year's one that we missed, or games that you feel like didn't get talked about enough. If you're listening, just make sure to share it with a friend and review it on that podcast listening platform of your choice. I, again, appreciate all your support. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. If we don't get one out by then, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Happy
See you
holidays,
later.
guys.